13 times 13, 13 squared, Amaris, is 169. So what's the square root of 169? 13. How you remember that is the multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9.
I do 14, 15.
Sure.
14 is 196.
Yep, switch to the last two numbers of 13. 13 is 169, 14 is 196. So the square root of 196 is 14.
15 squared is 225.
25. Square root of 225 is 15.
16 squared is 256. That equals
256.
Okay.
Tina, I did 0 through 12.
All right, there's all your perfect squares. Okay, so here's the next question. Between what two numbers is the square root of 30? You may not even get to the worksheet today. I know this much background on this. Okay. So between what two numbers is the square root of 30? Now, is 30 a perfect square on here, on our table? No. So it's not going to be an integer answer. It's not going to just be a plain number here. It's going to be a decimal. So if you look, where does 30 fall between? Is it between 0 and 1? No, it's between 25 and 36. So your answer would be between 5 and 6. Now 30 is about halfway between 25 and 36, those of you who can mentally do that, so it's probably going to be about halfway between 5 and 6. 5.4, 5.5, something like that. Okay. So it would be between 5 and 6. As we know, we won't get to the inequalities. What about the square root of 105? So you look at your table, you find out what two square roots is the square root sign. So it's between which ones, Cassidy? 10 and 11, because it's between 100 and 121. So the square roots are between 10 and 11. Is it closer to 10 or closer to 11? Closer to 10. Okay.
Why do you do that?
So you're looking, and you see how this has a house on it?
No, you want in the center of the line.
Oh. To annoy you.
Crazy.
Because I need this wide ruled anyways. It's college ruled. I should get wide ruled. Okay. Divisibility rules.
When's your birthday?
Whose birthday?
Yours.
Oh, September.
I'm gonna get you
Happy birthday.
Thank you. My half birthday's coming up.
What is that?
When's my half birthday? My birthday's in September.
I don't know.
Your half birthday is March. Oh,
Yeah.
so you can't know that. March is next month. I actually keep that.
Yeah, you did. You didn't know it though. You had to add it a month. Man.
It's true, I always get presents on my half birthday, because it's Christmas.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, my half birthday.
A number is divisible by ...
We are gonna need a table.
No, it's just going to be a list of statements here. Okay. It may not be. Depends how far we go up. It might be, though. So a number is divisible by 2. How do you know if a number is divisible by 2? Yeah. So if it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, so if it's an even number, it's divisible, evenly divisible by 2. For grown-up pants, every number is divisible by 2, but not evenly. Okay. What about 3?
Usually when it ends with like 51. I like to think that's usually like an odd number.
No.
But not all odd numbers.
Only half of them. Okay, we're using a math word again. If the sum, so sum means we're doing what? Adding. So if the sum of the digits is a multiple of 3, so we'll use 51 as an example. So if the sum of the digits, so if you add the digits and you get something that is divisible by 3, then 3 will go into the other number. So if I have 51, I'm going to take 5 plus 1, and what do I get? 6. Does 3 go into 6? Yep. So since 3 goes into 6, it also goes into 51. Okay, so you just add the digits. It's going to be the same sort of thing with the 9. You want to try 4? No? What's the rule for 7? Okay. Yeah.
Is that a 4? Because 6.
6, it also goes into, the 3 also goes into 51. 17 times, actually. Five.
Why are these prime numbers? Why isn't 4 a prime number?
Because 4 is divisible by 2.
Yeah.
4 ends in a 4, so it's divisible by 2.
2 is divisible by 2.
Correct. And 1. So what's the first prime number?
0. Is it 2?
2. 1 is not considered a prime number because 1 is itself. So the rule for a prime number is it has to be divisible by itself and 1, which means 2 things have to go into it, itself and 1. Since 1 is it itself, it's its own little paradox world.
But 7 can't.
Correct. 7 is prime.
7 can't go into 1. And it's, wait, no.
1 goes into 7 and 7, yeah. Okay, what about 5? How do you know 5 goes into a number?
It ends in like a 0 or a 5.
Yep. Okay, 5, if the number ends in a 0 or a 5. What? Okay, sounds good. 7.
There are no rules.
Well, there is.
New series.
Use a calculator to check. Number divided by 7, not 7 divided by the number.
If 2 goes in it, 3 goes in it, 5 goes in it, and then use your calculator to see if 7 goes in
You want to start from the smallest prime number.
Yep. Now you don't need to use 9, but 9 is the same rule as 3. If the sum of the digits end in a multiple of 9, then 9 will go into a number. Yep. If you want to know for 6, 2 and 3 have to both work, and then 6 will work. 4, you have to go into the 10 spots. If the
Wait, was
10s,
that our last one?
yeah.
Okay.
If the 10s is odd, it has to end in a 2 or a 6, like 12 and 16. If the 10s is even, then it can end in 0, 4, or 8. Okay. So, tomorrow.
Friday.
Yep. And the first thing you're going to have is a quiz over the perfect squares.
Oh, yay. Bet.
No calculator. No calculator.
In my head.
Okay, so you're going to have a quiz over the perfect squares tomorrow. Yeah.
I guess I was ready. Wait,
All that,
you should add them to some.
What?
so we need
Well, I'm failing this.
No, it's not.
Again,
It's
I'm gonna have
prime
like
number.
No study. Memorize. So square roots, something like that. It may not be all of them, or it could be all of them.
It should be all of them. It
Okay.
should be, it should be 1. It should be 1, 2, 3.
And they will not be in order. Okay. And then we'll look at tomorrow more the non-perfect squares. There could be some divisibility rules on the quiz too. We'll see how happy I'm feeling.